the Seattle Seahawks, because it's looking like they're back in championship form. And these guys just beat the Eagles, one of the highest-powered offenses in the league, with Chip Kelly doing his no-huddle every single play for like a whole game, where they run a play every 20 seconds, keep most defenses on the field, get them exhausted. They don't get to change out players. Yeah, well, they just went ahead and held the Eagles to 139 yards of total offense last week, which I think the Eagles averaged somewhere between like 350 and like 375. So, yeah, that's pretty incredible. And they did it by a combination of keeping their offense out there. Russell Wilson is showing the flashes that he showed last year. He's not having to put the whole team on his shoulders. He's running, but he's not running as much as he had been in the middle of the year. But making just the smart throws, scrambling to throw the ball, and beast mode has been engaged. And I know you know this, Brendan, because he's on your fantasy team, but Marshawn Lynch the past 5-6 weeks has just been spectacular. Yeah. But he didn't get you to the playoffs because you didn't want 6 teams in the playoffs. So,
Because I was being fair, we agreed on some rules, and by agreed, I mean you set them at the beginning of the season, not realizing
I set them as commissioner. I wanted to be able to change them as well. That's neither here nor there. But it really seems like they're finally starting to figure it out on offense after the Percy Harvin trade. Because that happened, I want to say week 6, week 7, where they traded Percy Harvin to the Jets, and they kind of lost their mojo. They didn't know what to do. They lost that deep threat. Now you have Doug Baldwin kind of stepping up more as a wide receiver there, but it seems like they're figuring out what to do with the weapons they have, whereas when they lost Percy Harvin, they were just like, oh, now what do we do? They couldn't figure it out. So it's not looking good for the NFC teams. And what would be really funny, now I don't really see this happening, but it's a possibility, is that you might see a Seahawks have to go to like Atlanta or New Orleans, where it's very possible that a 6-10 team is going to win the NFC South. So I don't think anything screams change the rules more than a 11-5 team having to go to a 6-10 team's home place for the first round of the playoffs. Yeah. So we'll see what happens there. But I don't know. Let us know what you think. Are they going to? Yeah. Let us know what you think. Are the Seahawks back on top? Have they regained their championship form that it looked like they had lost for a little bit there in the middle of the season? Hit us up. Comments down below. Of course, at What's My Face on Twitter. Google Plus and Facebook. Always good ways of getting a hold of us. And